59 days away from the start of the NFL season and the DeMeco Ryans era as head coach of the Houston Texans. You might remember that back in the day, DeMeco Ryans wore number 59 for your Houston Texans. Here he is, getting the fellas hyped up for a football match.
Everybody, it's all you. 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 We win right now. We win right now.
Okay. What did he say? Did he say? Okay. So the first thing. Can we play that again? We need to dissect this.
Everybody, it's all you. 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 We win right now. We win right now.
Okay. So it's on you.
Oh, I thought he said,
It's on you.
right now?
It's on you.
Right now?
It's on you.
Right now.
We fight.
We fight.
We fight.
We fight.
We fight.
Ah!
That's DeMeco Ryans before a Texans game.
I will say, and DeMeco, this is nothing specific about the clip that we just played with DeMeco Ryans. I remember, when they made a big deal about, the Drew Brees, where he would break down the huddle thing.
Oh, God.
And I would always be maybe it's me and I'm not about to go play a football game. I'm sitting on my couch and I'm not in the right headspace. But this is just nonsense that they're yelling. That they're just yelling nonsense and chanting. And I always wonder when they work on the chant and what it does not seem like it would be the type of thing for me. Believe it or not.
Believe it or not, I actually gave a successful speech before a game. It was basically like how no one at our school respects us. We're good. And we're going to shock the world today. Guess what happens during the game that we played? A couple of my teammates said, "Oh, it was a good speech, Paul." Guess what happened during the game?
Do you shock the world?
We lost 63-0.
Oh.
So, 63-0. There was running clock in the second half.
Was that the game where you had to pee on your shoes?
No.
Okay.
That
would have been insult to injury.
No, we won that game by a lot. We
good.
won that game by a lot. But, yeah, the speech didn't go so well. But you're right. Do you know what my favorite speeches are? The stuff that Ray Lewis pulls out of his ass. I mean, imagine being one of his teammates and he's like, "We're going to put the fear of God, like the Persians put the fear of God into the Spartans. But we're going to be like the Spartans too, because we're going to stop the Persians at the Thermopylae." And then you're just like, okay, man, relax. Relax, Ray.
Remember he was the crime rates in Baltimore go up when there's not Ravens games, and he was it's our duty to play these games to protect the city, and it was crazy.
He is an insane person and may have gotten away with something. But anyway, DeMeco Ryans, second-round pick of the Texans in 2006, played there through 2011, Defensive Rookie of the Year in 06, first-team All-Pro 07, two-time Pro Bowler 07, 09. And he played for the Eagles, too, 2012 through 2015. He tore his Achilles at NRG Stadium on November 2nd of 2014, and he sued the team. That is the most shocking part about DeMeco Ryans being a head coach. He sued them in 2014 because of that stupid BS pallet grass system that they had. Anyone who's actually walked on that field would know it was a joke. I remember one time before a Sunday night football game, Al Michaels and Chris Collinsworth were walking across the field, and Al Michaels looked disgusted and was looking down at the ground like, what the hell is this? And the Texans just slowly moved away from it because I think Brett Hartman, the punter, sued them for the same thing. They had DJ Swearinger say that, Jadeveon Clowney's knee leg got caught in that pallet grass system. Wes Welker tore his ACL there. Adam Vinatieri, the only place he would miss field goals was NRG Stadium. It was a terrible, terrible field. It was a good idea. Hey, let's bring grass from the outside in. But then you see Arizona the very next year put in this system where they could roll grass that they have out in the sunlight under the stadium and into it the next day. And that's bad. Where you could have done that. Probably if you had destroyed the Astrodome, you really could have done that. But, the voters only voted for it to get demolished. So no big deal.
I do wonder, someone has to have asked DeMeco Ryans about that, right? About him tearing his Achilles on the field at NRG Stadium, and now he's the coach of that team. You
know what? This could be the funniest way to open up a press conference. with DeMeco Ryans, like right before his first game. DeMeco, the last time you set foot on NRG Stadium's field, you tore your Achilles. What's it like to stand up now as the head coach of the Houston Texans with 2 functioning Achilles?
I mean, because that like basically ended his career, right?
It did, I think.
Yeah.
I think he played 1 more year. But someone says, did he tear his other Achilles later with the Eagles? Honestly, off the top of my head, I don't know. But guess what, guys? This is DeMeco Ryans Day. 59 days till the start of the NFL season. Sean's shaking his head.
I forgot. I got too interested in him tearing his Achilles.
Look, it is interesting.
But no, yeah, we should be celebrate the man who's going to turn around this franchise that's been in a dark place for so many years.
We're going to find love in a hopeless place after DeMeco Ryans took over. You might know Laremy Tunsil, starting left tackle for your Houston Texans. Probably should have been an All-Pro last year. He was on the Pat McAfee show and had this to say about the new vibe that DeMeco Ryans has brought to the Texans.
There's more energy, more transparent. Like, you know what you're getting from DeMeco every day. You know, he's a former player, and he stepped into this head coaching role. That's something that we need this. You know, we need a player's coach who listens to our ideas and willing to change things around. And we need a young guy who's going to come in the building and bring the consistent energy that we need to make us a great team. So, you know, hat off to DeMeco for coming in the building and stepping in that role and embracing it.
Those are polite shots fired. There was no energy with the last 2 head coaches. None. At all. David Culley seemed like a nice guy. Lovie Smith, just zero energy at all. He did also mention DeMeco as a player's coach, and a little bit later in the interview with McAfee said something along the lines of, look, we just needed somebody who's going to treat us a little bit better. And I don't know if that's, going back to Bill O'Brien or if that's talking about the last 2 coaches. He said that DeMeco hasn't been soft with us, but he is definitely a lot more friendly and can empathize with the players a lot more than the last couple of guys that they've had running the show. What does that mean? Who effing knows? Trent Williams, all-pro left tackle for the San Francisco 49ers, talked with Aaron Wilson of KPRC about DeMeco Ryans as well.
Oh, I think they got a steal. I think he can be a staple for this organization for a long time. I think he's a very talented coach, obviously. Has the pedigree, played the game for a long time, played it the right way, and he coached it the right way. So I think he's going to have a lot of success out here.
We'll see. That's going to be my response to the most of the answers that we get. He was a part of a really good coaching staff in San Francisco with Kyle Shanahan, with Saleh before him as the defensive coordinator. He takes over as the defensive coordinator. We will see what he does. Everything is trending in the right direction. Everything you hear makes you excited. I'm not trying to downplay it. All I'm going to say is you're going to hear a lot of hype over the next couple of weeks as we get closer and closer to the start of the regular season. All you should be really saying in response to any of those clips, those pieces of audio is, we'll see. And now I want to talk about the 2 interviews that took place. It feels like Aaron Wilson, tracked down Trent Williams at what seems to be a Five Guys to do this interview. And it looks like it's closing time because there's nobody there. So that made me chuckle a little bit. But the interview that Laremy Tunsil did on the Pat McAfee show, did anyone notice that essentially the camera shot of Laremy, his phone is on the ground and it's going up straight at his crotch. His crotch is closer to the camera than his face. And his crotch is just right there. And a lot of people are probably saying right now, Paul, you would notice that. Yes, I would notice that. That's a weird place to place your camera if you're doing an interview on a nationally televised podcast, because that's what the Pat McAfee show is now, right? Isn't it on ESPN, or has it moved over there yet?
I don't think it's moved. I think it's still on YouTube.
Okay. That makes sense.
It's a worldwide broadcast on an app or on a website.
It's that. There you go. Anyway, guys, happy DeMeco Ryans Day. 59 days away from the start of the Houston Texans' new era. Hell yeah. Going to be wearing that satin Texans jacket again in no time. I also kind of want to find one of the Letterman jackets. I wonder how much those would actually go for.
Do you think you could, if they put it up to auction, how much do you think they would go for? Let's call it a Connor Barwin, tunnel worn
tunnel worn. Hell yeah.
Oh,
dude.
I was gonna say game worn,
Or
but
like
he
airplane worn.
He wore it from the bus to the tunnel.
Yes.
Yeah. Letterman jacket from whatever 2012.
See, they got their asses kicked so badly in the game where it took place. Like, everyone kind of looks at them ironically. I feel like you would be able to make more money off of it in, like, Indianapolis or Nashville than you would here. Like, some just really hateful, diehard AFC South fan, of which I'm sure there are some. Most of them, I think, would be in Indianapolis. That's the kind of person who I think would buy that, and buy it ironically.
Yeah, because you'd have to have money. And
It's FU money.
You'd
if
have
you
to
buy
have
something
money
like
to
that.
buy something like kind of stupid. Like even if you're a Texans fan and you're buying it ironically, like I don't think you would be willing to spend that much money to buy it ironically.
Because how often are you wearing it? Right.
Yeah. And the people who would want to buy it, like ironically, probably don't have the money to. I think the rich folks are like, I don't care about this stupid thing from 2012. Who cares?